In a 1923 interview, renowned climber George Mallory was questioned on why he wanted to be the first to summit Mount Everest, with his response being the most impactful 3 words in expedition history: because it's there. There's a certain allure with being the first. In class, there was always the student who finished their exam first and got to walk up to the front to turn it in, knowing they beat everyone to the punch. But in most fields, coming the first is innately reserved for those who are the most skilled or have the most knowledge. In the late 1950s, during the space race between the US and USSR, both sides had some of the best minds in every field on their side, pulling all their weight just to say that they were the first. Video games are no exception to this. Speedrunners pushing the limits, trying to be the first person to complete a game in under a certain amount of time, or trying to be the first to beat 50-20 mode. If a bar is set, people will reach for it. And in the popular game Geometry Dash, there's a title given to those who are the first to complete a level after being published. First Victor. If being the first to accomplish something was historically reserved for only the best, Geometry Dash is no stranger to it, with 80% of first victors on the most recent top 10 levels being reserved for only 3 people, with 2 exceptions: the 7th hardest demon, Boombawamba, and the 5th hardest demon, Nullscapes. And though these anomalies exist, surely the Nullscapes first victor was someone right outside the top 5, right? Right?
Alright, so, I guess you want me to introduce myself, so I'm Spooked. Honestly, I think it's really blurry, but, I kind of just started the game as, a drooling iPad kid. Low-key, I was probably, 8. I was just playing, the regular levels. Bro, low-key, I think Corey X Kenshin put me on, if I remember correctly.
Yeah! So we on that Geometry Dash. Everybody know that I got a fat... What's up, YouTube? What's going on? Corey Kenshin here.
That was, probably 2015, 2016, I don't know. Whenever he was uploading those. I think I beat Deadlocked eventually, over one Christmas break, and I was, really hyped because I was, 10 years old. And then I stopped playing the game, as everyone did around that time. But eventually, I think I came back to it, around when Bloodlust was getting verified, because there was a lot of hype generated around that. And then, a few years passed, and then I want to say late 2019, early 2020, around when COVID was happening, I got back into the game again with kind of the idea that I wanted to beat hard levels. Not necessarily, pointer crate list demons, but I did want to beat, an extreme demon. From there, I think the first extreme I beat was, Acu, and then I just started beating more and more extremes. And I don't know, I kind of just wanted to start beating harder stuff, so I tried Sakupen Hell, which was I think it was literally number 150 on the demon list when I beat it. I beat it Cinco de Mayo 2020, bro. It was so stupid. And then I think I started playing Bloodlust because, again, it was just a really cool level to me. And I did 66 to 100 on it, which didn't actually take that long, but I didn't realize if I was good or not, so I just didn't actually go for it. And yeah, from there I just started beating harder stuff. Eventually, Sonic Wave.
Oh my god, finally.
Slaughterhouse.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And then stuck to list demons from there.
I just beat Slaughterhouse! Oh my... I actually put C!
Because I just thought it was pretty cool. What made me fully go for Slaughterhouse was that another person who was playing at the time, Slemons, this is how I became friends with him. He would comment on my videos, and we weren't saying it, but we were sort of competing to make progress. That was pretty motivating to me. And it also helped that there's a Slaughterhouse server. I don't know what the requirements are now. I left it a while ago, but you had to have 50% on the level to get into it, so it was there were a lot of really famous GD people in there, and it was really cool to me, so I wanted to be a part of that. Well, before Nullscapes was verified, I was between a few long-term visions, I guess, for things that I'd want to do eventually in my career. 3 top 10s at once. That could have been attainable. Probably not right now for me, but that's a decent goal of mine. And then the goal for a long time to get first victor on something, because I just thought that was a really big novelty. It's one of the highest achievements in my mind.
For the months following summer 2024, Spooks would experiment with 4 levels, starting with Kiyuki.
It kind of starts before I beat Kiyuki. I beat Kiyuki November 18th, 2024. But there was, I think right after, or maybe like around when I beat Kiyuki is when Spectre dropped. Originally I was gonna be like, oh, I could try to get first Victor on Spectre, that'd be really cool. Nope, no, like 10 billion people played that, and I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely not getting first Victor on this. I would have these like hand issues where my like middle finger would get like frozen up, because I used to play on my middle finger. I switched to index, but it still kind of like would happen a little bit. It was a big issue, and I wasn't sure like whether or not to switch back to middle, so I switched a lot back and forth. I think I ended up sticking to middle though, and I started playing Avernus, because I just needed a break from Spectre. I was not making progress because of those hand issues mainly, and I was making a lot of progress on Avernus actually. It was like kind of shocking to me. I ended up getting like 46% on Avernus in like a week, which was crazy for me. And honestly, I can't even remember why, but I stopped playing it. After that, I was like, okay, I just need to stick to something, and I was like, okay, I may as well give Nullscapes a try. Yeah, a little bit before I beat Kiyuki, I was kind of just playing Nullscapes, not even like trying to do anything, just playing it for fun, I guess. And I did 68 to 100 like a day before I beat Kiyuki. And honestly, like 68 to 100 seemed really fun to me. Kind of had the idea for a while to secretly beat the level, because I'd already kind of like did it for the start of when I played Kiyuki, where I was like, I didn't reveal until I got a list. I wanted the whole thing to be a surprise. I didn't want to reveal at any point what I was playing. Rather than posting progress on my main channel, doing anything like that, I instead like made a community post saying like, okay, I'm doing something. I'm not gonna say what it is though. I don't remember who, but one of my friends had the idea of just like posting it to a random side channel that like theoretically nobody would ever find.
With the decision to keep the whole process private from the community, Spook's initial progress on the level was actually really promising.
Bro, I was so nervous. I fucked up so. Oh my god! I got back there. Yes! Yeah! Let's go, bro. Oh my god. I got 59.
Something I forgot to mention about secrets, though, is you always run the risk of somebody else finding out.
Yeah, so there was actually one person, and I don't know how, I seriously have no idea. They found the second channel, but like, you have to understand, the videos are just titled like holy affirmations, whatever, and they have like a stupid thumbnail, so I don't know what in their mind would make them click the video, but they did, and they just commented like, who is you, bro? And I was like, how did you find this? So for a while I kept it just public, and then they posted in like the Pointer Crate server or something, and then some other people saw it. They were like trying to speculate if it was legit or not, because it's not on Pointer Crate. I folded and ultimately just privated the channel.
Working past these little speed bumps, Spook's progress continued. As on April 3rd, this happened. What seems like a heartbreaking fail the most was actually encouragement to Spooked, as at this pace, he was slated to be the first victor.
Oh yeah, 100%. Pretty much like literally all of April through like early August. It was really bad. So like all of summer, I was screwed up with the level. It was like, I would have breakdowns sometimes because it was just so stressful. And it felt really just demotivating because it was like around April, I want to say, when those aforementioned hand issues that I was having in like October or whenever, those came back and I couldn't even like get to the drop. And that was going from like getting list percent like almost every day to just nothing. So that was like, that felt awful, especially because around that time Adri was still playing the level. So it was like really stressful for me because he could have been at any point in my mind, and I just couldn't do anything. It was so helpless. It just felt awful. Just felt so surreal to have any of that stuff actually happening, because the last time I'd made progress on the level was literally March. It was such a long stretch that I had like genuinely, I kind of like dissociated from the level. I had stopped even believing that I could beat it. So when I like got 87, I had already had it in my mind that I was like, I can't beat this. It's hard to describe because like, why would I play it if I can't beat it? But I didn't even feel emotion at that. It was just like disbelief at what I was seeing. So like, when I died, I didn't even know how to feel. It felt so surreal seeing that I had a new best. That like, honestly, more than feeling sad or anything, I just felt relief that like I could get somewhere.
With all the motivation he needed, he started a session like every other day. Pushing through issues because of his lack of stamina due to his hand, the session was going to be a short one, going down as rather unproductive in Spook's opinion. But either way, he tried to make the most of the session, because at this point, through the risks of leaks, getting beaten to the title, hand issues, and countless mental blocks, all Spook cared about was one simple thing.
I could not have standed the idea that I could get that far and then just quit. It sucked a lot, but I will not let this haunt me. So, I mean, I kind of just knew I can't. I refuse to give up. Oh my God! It's over! What? It's over. It's over. I just beat it. What the fuck? At first, it was just the feeling of surreal, because again, I could barely like, even while I was getting better, I could hardly like picture myself actually beating it because of just how long I was stuck, like sucking at the level pretty much. So that was like a huge part of just, I didn't know how to feel, and then it feels like an out of body experience almost. Like I didn't feel like myself. I felt like I was watching myself do that, and it was like, how did that just happen? Like, don't let the idea of challenge stop you from doing what you want to achieve. That's like the main thing I've learned from doing all these hard levels. Even if I'm like batting outside my league, I can still beat them before other people, because if you really set your mind to it and are willing to overcome, really do about anything.
Long for what's to come, keep forgetting how to make it known before it's already gone. Looking back too soon is how you know. Did the moment even make it past the room?